Good morning. I'd like to welcome everyone to the Alabama Center for the Arts and to announce the inductees, the inaugural inductee class for the Alabama Arts Hall of Fame. At this point, I would just like to introduce the folks that are going to be speaking. Dr. Robert Glenn, President of Athens State University, Dr. Jim Klauber, President of Calhoun Community College, Stratton Orr, who is a member of the Hall of Fame Steering Committee, Kim Mitchell, the Executive Director of the Carnegie Visual Arts Center and also Hall of Fame Steering Committee, and then Janet Kincherlow-Martin, the Executive Assistant to the President for Public Affairs Community Relations at Calhoun Community College, and she's going to talk about the banquet and ticket sales and things like that. So we'll go ahead and get started.
Good morning. My job is to talk a little bit about the history of how we got to this point. And as many of you recall, I came here in 2008, and on this site was an old warehouse, an old furniture warehouse, and an old Decatur Utilities building of sorts. And it was a very different kind of scene here. And one of the things that I did when I arrived is I went and met with the editorial boards of each of the newspapers in the region and talked about what I hoped we would accomplish while I was at Athens State. And one of those things was I wanted to get us off our campus. I wanted us to be more assertive into the communities that we served. And I talked about wanting to be like Savannah College of Art and Design or like Charleston College, where they go out and they take advantage of opportunities within the city. Now, when I said that at the Decatur Daily, what I didn't realize is that Decatur had undergone a visioning exercise. They talked about wanting to develop an arts leveraged economy in the downtown area as a part of the revitalization effort. And within maybe 15 minutes of having said that in front of Clint Shelton, who had been very involved in that, I was sitting on the curb in his car out in front of the old Robinson warehouse. He talked about the vision. He talked about the desire of the community to have more of an arts program. He talked about their conversations with Calhoun and how they were hoping to get Calhoun to move their fine arts programs to the downtown area, and asked if we'd be interested, would we be willing to partner with Calhoun? Since at that time we were a part of the Alabama Community College system and partnered with all the community colleges, it seemed a logical thing for us to say, oh, absolutely, we'd be delighted to do that. So we began to talk with Marilyn Beck and Jack Burrows, who were two great partners at Calhoun. We worked out a plan to come in. We came in and evaluated the Robinson building, felt like the best thing for us to do was to take that building down while harvesting the timbers and the woods and the brick in that building, but to start anew. And the visual arts, phase one, the visual arts building, which you see today, was the result of that. It was a cooperative effort from the very beginning. The city of Decatur and Morgan County both made significant contributions to the effort. They paid together they paid about 20% of the construction cost of phase one. They donated the land to the two institutions. And we built the phase one, which we had a groundbreaking in December of 2010. The building opened in 2012. It is a state-of-the-art facility, about 44,000 square feet. And we've been delighted with the results. There are still things that we're learning about each other as we go along, but for us, it's been very positive. We have seen our art program grow from about 6 majors to about 60s. We hope over the next 2 to 3 years that we will double that number. Be up to between 100 and 150, to make this a destination program, not just for Calhoun students, for all the community colleges in the state, of which there are 27. And we are the logical partner, and we hope that this will become a destination program for students in our region who will work with Calhoun and Athens State to get a 4-year degree or a 2-year degree, depending on their needs. And as you know, Athens is kind of the expert in working with people who have some college, go into the world of work and come back at a later date. So it would not surprise me to see a lot of our students come to Calhoun first to go out into the working world and come back to us at some point in the future. That we think is going to be a model that will serve us well, but we also want to be a destination for those traditional students in Morgan, Limestone, Madison County who are looking for a degree in art, this is really the only area program that really has this kind of emphasis. So we're very happy about this. We've been seeing the model that we are creating is being looked at by other institutions. We've been approached by other cities who are interested in seeing the same kind of thing, because when we built the Center for the Arts, before we opened the door, there were 5 new restaurants within a block of the institution. There have been about 50 new businesses in the downtown area, which speaks to the power of Calhoun and Athens State as an economic driver. And we think that this is a partnership that makes great sense. And we're delighted now to be looking at phase 2 and to look at how that's going to benefit both institutions and our region and help us become even more of a destination in the arts. And so I'm going to ask Jim to come forward now and talk about phase 2, which we're very excited about, and I hope that while you're here, you'll take a chance to take a look at the building.
Thank you, Bob. Good morning, everyone. It's good to be with you. As he mentioned, you know, this effort could not have been done without the help of folks from the city of Decatur and Morgan County. You know, I can't speak enough for what they've done, and truthfully, from Calhoun's perspective, we really can't do a whole lot without their support. And it's been not only monetarily, but you know, their enthusiasm and participation as well. But plans for this phase were really in the work from day one, and from the beginning of the groundbreaking for phase 1, there was always talk about having a phase 2. And it came about, and the groundbreaking was held in July of 2014, and we opened up this center in August of this year. It houses, as Bob mentioned, both the theater departments for both Calhoun and Athens, and it also houses our music program. And I do hope you get a chance to take a look around before you leave, because you know those areas they're state of the art. And I will tell you that I don't think any student from the state of Alabama could find any other place with as professional facilities as are held in phase 1 and phase 2. It was designed by the Live Design Group in Birmingham with the specific intent of having it match up with phase 1 and our existing downtown buildings. And as you get to look around today, it includes a recital hall, a black box theater. It's got rehearsal spaces, classrooms, and also faculty offices as well. And now it'll be followed by Stratton Orr, talk a little bit about the Hall of Fame.
Jim, thank you very much. It is my privilege to talk a little bit about the steering committee that was put together a little over a year ago to try to bring this asset. We looked at this beautiful asset and said, how can we do more with it? And so the idea started percolating about a Hall of Fame for Alabama artists, to recognize them, and especially ones who have achieved preeminence in their field of artistic expression. So the Hall of Fame came together, and we really feel like this is going to take the next step in this asset of the Center for the Arts and further the mission of the center by providing the public with access to the highest caliber of artistic expression and cultural awareness. So we really envision this becoming a standalone thing in and of itself within the halls of this facility, but something that can draw people into the arts and engage them in the arts and recognize people from our state who have achieved great things. The original steering committee included Athens State President Bob Glenn, Calhoun President Jim Klauber, Kim Mitchell from the Carnegie Visual Arts Center, Wally Terry from the City of Decatur, Senator Arthur Orr, John Joseph from Decatur Corridor, and myself. And so we got together, and that was in June of 2015 when we originally met, and here we are today announcing the inaugural class. Over the last few months, we've researched the concept, we've gained initial endorsement, we've achieved various forms of official recognition from the state and others, and we feel like we've established a threshold of credibility for the concept. And the Hall of Fame was officially announced last August of 2015, and we're now here to take the next step in that process. Now I'd like to turn the program over to Kim Mitchell from the Carnegie Visual Arts Center, and Kim is going to announce the inaugural group of inductees for the Hall of Fame.
I'm so excited to be able to announce this group to you. We are very proud of our initial inductees. Wes Chapman, native of Union Springs, Alabama, in dance. Tillman Crane, native of Decatur, Alabama, photography. Emmylou Harris, native of Birmingham, Alabama, music. Noel Hollis, native of Troy and Arab, Alabama, and resident of Fairhope, painting. Dean Jones, native of Decatur, Alabama, theater. Quilters of Gee's Bend, natives and residents of Gee's Bend, Alabama, textiles. Bruce Larson, native of Birmingham, Alabama, and resident of Fairhope, sculpture. Mildred Nungester Wolf, native of Decatur, Alabama, painting. Richard Zollner, former resident of Tuscaloosa, Alabama, painting. So we are very excited to announce this class. Thank you.
Good morning. Good morning. All right. We've just heard the names of the inaugural class. It almost is like the Emmy Award, you know, when you get up real early in the morning and they announce who the honorees or the nominees are going to be. So I feel like it's that kind of energy. Aren't y'all excited? I mean, this is the inaugural class of the Alabama Center for the Arts Hall of Fame for the entire state of Alabama. It's right here. So we should be more excited about it. So, yay! Thank you, Crystal. And with that being said, I am here to talk a little bit about the banquet and then the official opening of this building. Although we know we've been in this building since August 22nd, which was the first day of class for Athens State and for Calhoun Community College. The inaugural class will actually be inducted at a banquet that will be on November 16th, so put that on your calendar. Save the date cards will be going out within the next few days, so you can look for those. But the event itself, again, will be November 16th in this building. There will be a 6 o'clock reception, and the program will start at 6:30. On that same day at 10 o'clock a.m. will be the grand opening and ribbon cutting for this building. And you might say, well, why are you having the grand opening so far away from the time that you open the building? Well, I'll give you the same explanation that we gave when people ask us the question about why we had the grand opening for our Huntsville campus at Calhoun a couple of weeks ago. It's because we want students to be around. We want that energy so that people realize this is a learning facility. It's an educational opportunity for students. And so we want students around to be a part of that. So again, the grand opening for this building will be November 16th at 10 o'clock a.m. Okay, tickets. The banquet itself is a ticketed event. The tickets will be $100. That money will go towards scholarships for our students for Athens State and Calhoun Community College. Again, you'll be getting information about how to purchase those. But if you want to purchase them, we'll actually have physical tickets at the Alabama Center for the Arts office, which is in phase 1 of this facility. And also you can go online. I think it's working now, Guy. They can purchase tickets online. And you go to the Alabama Center for the Arts website. It's www.alabamacenterforthearts.org/Arts Hall of Fame. And with that, I guess we're finished. Does anyone have any questions from anybody here or comments? No? Well, then I guess we'll see you on November 16th. Thank you.